These my dollars make it hurt.
Oh my goodness. No, y'all not ready. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you now, you are not ready. But you might as well get ready, because as the song, as the old movie said, whether you ready or not, you gonna get this work. You gonna get this work tonight. It's got to happen tonight. It's got to happen. It's got to happen tonight. Cowboy fans, before we even get started, I don't know where you're watching from. I don't know whose channel that you're watching from, but whatever you do, share. If you're on Bluff City Cowboys page, share. If you're on Mr. Cowboy Nation page, share. Whatever you got to do. Do not let this night go by without you not helping the brothers out. Listen, I'm so excited tonight. I've been waiting for this since I gave the invitation. Oh my God. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call Memphis finest. That's what you're looking at right now. Everyone that you see right now live right here in Memphis, Tennessee. And as you can see by all this decoration around, please understand, Jerome got it too. But look at Bluff City down there, just shining with the stars just everywhere. Y'all already know where I stand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Memphis version.
Let me stand.
It's gonna be
never leave home without it.
It's gonna be one of these nights. You can already see. These are my guys, man, right here in Memphis, representing the M-Town down here in the South, as we transfer all this energy to the boys in Dallas on their way to California. We got some folks here in the South. And if you don't know me on Bluff City's page or Jerome's page, Mr. Cowboy Nation, listen, I'm big time. That's all you need to know. I'm getting out the way because I got guests in the house. I got my guy who I've known for, 20-some odd years maybe, Jerome, Mr. Cowboy Nation McNary. What is going on, dude?
Well, I want to start off by saying I want to have a moment of silence for the career that came to an abrupt end in the wild card round. So that butt whooping was for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the tuck rule, it was for the Steelers all the time. They cheated you and stole your defensive signal.
Yeah.
Everybody who's been screwed in the name of Tom Brady. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. There's more to come. I guarantee that. And then the last but not least, we got what I consider is one of the scholar Cowboy fans, one of the analytic guys that I know and have watched his work. Ladies and gentlemen, of Bluff City Cowboys. This is Marcus D. Jones. Come on, talk to him, brother.
All right, first of all, appreciate the invite. Glad to be on the show with my Memphis brothers out here talking this Cowboys football. Been following you guys for a while. Definitely respect everything you do. Just looking forward to talking some good Cowboys talk. I'm sure you guys gonna teach me something tonight. And everybody in the comments, make sure you keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. Should be a good show.
Okay, I see in the chat because I just turned it on. I just turned Jerome down. Jerome, talk to me. Let me see what you sound like.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Okay, you say both of them are.
Both of us.
Okay, I got you. Let me turn it down. Look at this live TV, y'all. Y'all hold your horses now. We gonna be all right. Let me figure this out, and we gonna do it tonight. Hello to everybody on the different pages. I'm seeing a lot of from people that's from different pages on here. What is going on tonight? Listen, we're not here to hog up your evening. We're here to give you our version of what we think are the keys for us to go ahead and advance. The bottom line is this is a revenge tour. They ain't gonna say that, but we gonna say that. That's the first thing. We want the 49ers. I know, Greg, I see we want the 49ers. We ain't running or hiding from nobody. We're not scared of nobody. We're ready to go. So we're going to talk about what we think needs to happen for us to come out with the victory on this Sunday evening and make everybody scared. Because I guarantee you, when we win this game here, the NFL and all you haters will be incredibly scared because your nightmare is about to come true. The Cowboys just very well may be going to the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that real quick. Gentlemen, I want to start off with our offense. We need to let's figure out ways, and I'll let you guys start it off, and then I'll kind of close it out, and then we'll move on to the next session. I'll start with you, Bluff. I'm going to start with you because I know you're going to have some numbers and analytics and everything else because that's what you do.
I'm just having fun.
You ain't got it tonight. Okay. Talk to me about what you think we need to do and whether that's matchups or whatever. Let's talk and see what you're thinking about how the offense need to attack this number one defense in the league.
Well, first of all, you got to go back to last year. And William Keel just put it up there. I was just about to say it. You look at what happened between last year and this year. This year, we got Pollard involved more. Last year, Pollard only had like 2 or 3 carries. This year, they're going to get a much bigger dose of him. So I think that's going to make a big difference in the game. And then also, when you look at their defensive scheme, they like to run kind of an umbrella coverage where they rush with their front four, and then everybody else is pretty much just kind of build a wall 15 yards. So that's going to open up things for the tight end position and also some of those inside routes with a guy like CD Lamb. So we just got to keep grinding. There's not going to be a lot of big plays to be made. We just got to keep chunking at them 10 yards at a time and make this thing happen.
That's awesome. I ain't gonna go with that. Talk to us, Jerome. I already know you ready. What you think we got to do offensively?
All right. Okay, offensively, I feel like we have to figure out a way to slow Jordan Bosa down, right? I mean, Nick Bosa, whichever Bosa they got. Slow the Bosa boy down, because this is something nobody is talking about. The San Francisco 49ers back end, a little suspect, right? A little suspect. But the pass rush covers up a lot of what goes on the back end. I don't think they're that great on the back end. So we can slow Bosa up and let Dak get comfortable and get in the rhythm and commit to the run. That's number one. That's key. Because the 49ers are great at stopping the well. They've been great at stopping 7 and 8 win teams from running the ball. Let's just call it what it is. But we ain't no 7 or 8 win team. Right. So they've been good at stopping the 7, 8 win teams from running the ball. So I don't expect the run game to pop immediately, but I think if we commit to it enough to make them, make them respect the run game, bring guys down in the box, it's gonna open up play action. And I also think Dak using his legs is gonna apply pressure to that defense. It's gonna apply pressure, right? So with Dak running, with Zeke running, with Pollard running, you're gonna have to spend a lot. You're gonna have to pay a lot of attention to the run, play action. Like I said, I don't think they're great on the back end. I don't think they can cover what we got in the passing game. So if they have to commit to the run, look, I can see this game getting out of hand. Like everybody's asking what we gonna do to stop them. Nobody's asking what they're gonna do to stop us. They just assuming Bosa's gonna wreck the game, and that may not be the case. Like Bosa's just one guy, dude. What you don't realize, we play in the NFC East. The Eagles 4 or 5 deep pass rushers, the Giants 3 or 4 deep pass rushers. We can handle one guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So nobody's asking what they gonna do to stop us. And I think that's what's gonna surprise a lot of people. Like what you gonna, and we got a game record too, man. Michael Parsons got friends. Like you gotta pay attention to Michael Parsons. And also we 4 or 5, 6 guys deep headhunting, rushing the passer, right? So what they gonna do to negate this pass rush?
Yeah.
Right. So nobody's asking those questions.
I agree 100% with you. Let me address some of the guys that's in here, and I'll give my little quick rebuttal or whatever. William is absolutely right, but see, on that William, as you can see, for those that are listening on Podbean, I'm sorry, hello Podbean family who's listening as well. William writes down in the comment, says my only word is the trenches, both on Tyler Smith. The Cowboys are smart enough that if they even want to take a chance of going one-on-one with him, it ain't gonna happen with one time. That's it. After that, you're gonna see tight ends over there. He's gonna get ran at too. If you want to stop a real pass rush, you run at the guy. That doesn't necessarily mean that you gonna break one, but it don't necessarily mean you're not. Because you got to go at him to take some of this steam away. We can't be having our tackle on, going backwards on his heels and all that kind of stuff. You got to go get him on that part. One thing I noticed, guys, I looked at it, and I'm sorry I don't have the things here, but I give everybody a little homework, if you will, if you want to do this. I want you guys to go pull up the San Francisco 49ers game by game. And what I want you to notice is every team that they played, whether it's division or whatever, they gave up a whole lot of yards on the back end. I mean, guys were getting 100 yards. I mean, just last week, everybody knew that the only receiver they really had was DK Metcalf. That man had over 10 catches for 136 yards. Mm-hmm. Jamie Ward was getting 8 alive. Now, I'm just telling you, when you look at it, I looked at it yesterday, Arizona, guys were killing them. Yeah, Kansas City, Juju Smith-Schuster had over 100 yards receiving against them when they got the brakes beat off of them by Kansas City. And when you keep looking at it, maybe some of you want to go look at that now and help us out here. I wish I had it here. Go ahead and look at it if you can. We ain't going nowhere. Start putting the number 1 receivers down and put their yardage down if you don't mind helping us. And I'm leading that to say that they're good. Their front 7 is good. But that back end, they can get got. So for all of us that's saying, hey, run, I actually can see, you may not like it, but I can see us spreading these guys out so they can't pack it in. You see what I'm saying? If you got to spread, I know y'all don't like it because you saying, hey, we need to run it. We're going to run it, but I don't think it's going to be the way that you think you're going to run it. I think we're going to spread them out and let Dak go to work on these guys. He got the confidence, hey, you got to go for what you know. You don't want to keep running into a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to stay committed to it. But the game plan from last week, see, what everybody keeps thinking is Dak just went crazy. He did go crazy. But at the same time, we had just about as many runs as we did. Dak was just that efficient. And so I'm thinking that we need to do the same thing. Another thing that I think that is important, as always with us Cowboy fans, is Kellen Moore. Mm-hmm. See, you can run the ball, but you can't be cute running the ball. You need to let these guys come flat out forward to hit these guys dead in their mouth to set a tone. You can't go finesse style running against a team that's played bully football. So we got to go ahead and go at them. Whether there's 1, 2 yards, 3 yards, whatever, you got to start chopping their wood to go let it go like that. And I think that's important, that we set the tone. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that we need to do offensively on that part. But I believe that, go ahead, y'all. We can come back to that. Go ahead, Bluff.
I just want to add on what you're saying. Just talking about this year and last year. When you look at last year, one thing that we have different this year, we have real tight ends, pass, stop, Schultz. So when you look at last year's game, whenever we ran 12 personnel, which we didn't run a lot, they had a key because they knew when we run 12, we're running the ball. When that second tight end comes off the field, it's a pass. This year we got Jake Ferguson and we got Peyton Hendershot. Those boys can come in and make a 20 or 30 yard catch on you. So that's going to also help keep those defensive ends from rushing so hard because they're going to have that tight end on their side. And if the tight end start eating people up, those ends are going to be responsible for putting a little chip on them before they go into their pass rush. So stuff like that are little games that I think we're going to end up playing that's going to help us out and slowing down that pass rush. And again, spreading the ball out, getting Dak more weapons to throw it to, just like last week.
What you guys say about that, Ron?
Y'all know I like to get in the comment section, right? So
I'm gonna come in
first. I see my boy Joe in here. Joe had a couple of things I want to address. Joe asked, what makes us think we're gonna be able to run the ball this year when we had trouble last year? Last year we didn't really commit. We kind of abandoned the run, and on top of that, we had a guy by the name of
Connor Williams, the guard.
He's no longer here.
Yeah.
Got rid of Connor Williams and replaced him with a real nasty guy, and Tyler Smith. Right, Tyler Smith was drafted for this type of game. You know, there was, a lot of Deron Bland was drafted for this type of game. Like we wouldn't got nasty physical guys specifically for San Fran, right? So I think you will see that on display, right? I think you will, and Bluff made a great point about the tight ends, right? So we like Joe said, but we still had Kellen Moore. Yeah, I mean we had Kellen Moore last week, right? And it was a nice balance.
But we got, let me throw this in real quick though. Last year for the playoff game, they came in, if y'all remember, if you Cowboy fans, you remember the press conferences before the playoff game last year. They said this right here, and y'all know this would happen. They said, we have got to get Tony Pollard the football. We got to give him the football. The game came, and Tony Pollard only carried the ball 4 times. Yep. I can assure you, this week, in a couple of days, I guarantee you Tony Pollard will have more than 4 carries in the game. I really feel like they're going to intentionally make sure that he gets the ball, and I'm going to even put it out here. He's going to get the ball way more than Zeke Elliott is. Mm-hmm. Because Zeke is the kind of back that San Francisco want. You know he ain't going to break one. That power, though, he still got it. He still can get there. We need him for the game. But if you want to get things popping, if you want to get things moving real quick, you're going to put that ball in the Tony Pollard. So Joe, even though we got Kellen Moore, the personnel now, everybody knows Pollard has got to get the ball. Let's put it this way, at least more than 4 times. I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then to piggyback on what you're saying, you got to add in Dak as well. Dak is running now, so
yeah,
that's an added, right? So you got Zeke, Pollard, and Dak running the ball.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you gonna have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I agree. Bluff, you got some more on that?
No, not really. I mean, you brought up the great point about Connor Williams being gone, and the strength of the offensive line has been increased because McGovern, even though McGovern's technically the backup, he's still a better run blocker than Connor Williams ever was. So just having that upgrade at left guard is gonna help open up a lot for our rushing attack.
Let me ask you this. The thing they haven't said anything about Peters yet. If Peters, he out there. I think that's what I thought. I saw today, right? They wrote him out. Okay, so he's out. But if you notice last week in the game, they pulled out a formation that we haven't seen in a while, and that was the hook. Y'all remember that? The hook formation, where Connor McGovern would be in the backfield and doing that. I wouldn't be surprised. So you can't finesse this thing. Yeah. You got to meet power with power. And when you bring that in, that's going to be pretty wicked for the 49ers. You can't guard all this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that if we hit, the truth be told, if you start listening to haters and Stephen A. and all these folks here, you would almost think that we cream puffs. I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are nasty too. Tyler Smith is getting nastier by the week. You see what I'm saying? Zach Martin is Zach Martin. We ain't got to say nothing about that. Contrary to what people may be thinking, Tyron Smith is getting better and better and better at the right tackle position. As crazy as it may sound, I talked about Biotis last year. I ain't got no complaints about Biotis this year. No. I really don't. I don't have no complaint. And matter of fact, and to prove the point, when you can stop Vita Vea the whole game, you back. Yep. Biotis shut down Vita Vea. He did it, and I'm shocked. I was shocked. He shut him down. He didn't let him wreck the game. And Vita got in, I think, one play, but, it's football. You're going to get one play in, but he didn't consistently get pushed back like he did last year. This is the sign that we're getting better and better. So I'm very confident that we can move the ball. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised now. Y'all may not like it, and so be it. But don't be surprised if Dak Prescott lose his mind again this week. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's too many weapons. You can't pack it in. If you pack it in, Schultz going to kill you. Ferguson going to kill you. Hendershot can kill you. CD can kill you. Gallup is starting to get crazy. And then I ain't even said nothing about T.Y. Hilton. My God. I mean, come on, man. You can't guard all this. You see what I'm saying? And I believe we're going to put them, we're going to spread them out and make sure that they got to cover us instead of packing everything in. But that's what I have on it for now. Go ahead.
Something else big time. That Hulk formation you talking about, they passed out of formation a couple times too, and you saw those old linemen kind of fan out.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Tackle, you know what I'm saying? So I don't.
They ain't seen. Let me say this.
He ain't getting Tyler Smith and another old line. He ain't getting.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you see who the 49ers have played, I'm just gonna put it out here. They ain't played nobody. I'm sorry. They division weak. They played, that's 8 games. I mean, that's 7 games right there. I mean, am I right about that? 2, 4, 6. Let me see, 6. It's 6 games right there. They ain't played nobody. When you look at the out of conference schedule, look at the schedule. They ain't played nobody. They ain't seen nothing like us. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I understand they 15 points or 17 points a game. Hold us down to 17. Now I give you credit. I can't see it though. I can't see it. I'm sorry. I can't. I believe that's it on offense. Now, we can always come back and rebuttal. Let's talk about defensively now. Or what you feel like we have to do, or certain matchups, or whatever, however way you guys want to carry it. Go Jerome, go ahead and start us out. Let's talk defense. What we got to do?
Stop the run. Stop the run. Because I'm willing to bet all the tea in China that Brock Purdy is hiding behind that run game. If we can and if we can slow the run down enough to get and let that get going. It's the same thing with this team. If Dak is playing the same game and he's in the rhythm, able to get in the rhythm, find right, and he gets rolling, you about got to throw the run game out the window. Like the halftime at Tampa, they couldn't run the ball no more. Dak was on fire, right? So you can't run the ball when Dak gets rolling. You can't line up and run the ball 30 times. You helping us out now, right? You running the clock out for us, and then you still may not get in the end zone, and you took all the time out the clock. You have to drop back and pass, and that's when them dogs start hunting. And I think if we can slow the run down just enough to let that get going, he get a couple touchdowns. We get up a couple touchdowns. Purdy gonna have to drop back, and I'm telling you, when them dogs get to hunting, they can neutralize any QB in this league. I've seen them do it. That we went up the Arrowhead last year and held Mahomes to 19 points in his front yard. Right, so if we can stop that run, I think Purdy gonna fold like a lawn chair. I do.
Wow.
You gonna have to show me.
Bluff.
Yeah. I mean, just to add on what Mr. Cowboy said, specifically the off tackle runs, because their bread and butter is hand it off tackle, or fake the handoff and get the bootleg, give Purdy half the field to read, and then you got crossers, you got the post, and then you got the comebacks. That's the whole offense. It's simple. People talk about the formations. The formations are exotic. I give them that. They have great guys that they can put in spots to take advantage of mismatches. That's the personnel. The scheme is basic. We just have to figure out how to get to the quarterback to make him speed up the process before they go through their progression, before he goes through his progressions. So it's all about stopping those off tackle runs. And question for you guys: what are we gonna do? Because this is my biggest concern about this game. What are we gonna do when they put both running backs out at receiver? Who's gonna go out there and cover? Because that's the only thing that concerns me. Because the fullback can run routes just as good as anybody on the team, and we know what McCaffrey can do. So Debo in the backfield, McCaffrey and Juszczyk or in the slot. Who go in the cover?
I'll answer at least what I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the decision. Then becomes: are you gonna get out of your base? Or are you gonna run a big nickel?
That's what I want to lead to.
Because I don't think that you definitely don't want a linebacker on McCaffrey. We already know that. You can do a linebacker on the fullback. He ain't fast, but he catches the ball. But if they're trying to get the matchup, which is what they're gonna do, McCaffrey runs, routes just like a wide receiver, and he will destroy you if you let him do it. So I think that I'm glad you said that. I think that we're going to see a lot of big nickel packages. And on that note, that's where this is where Bland is going to come into play. This is where Bland is going to come into play. This may very well be, whatever the case may be, he's going to be Rhodes probably is going to play a lot outside. He ain't coming inside. The question is, who's going to play outside? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the base answer, Bluff. That I think we're going to see big nickel. I'll let Rome talk now. Hey, I appreciate whoever said I look like Thaddeus Matthews. I mean, oh my God, but hey, I appreciate it. Hey,
Eagles fan, he ain't got nothing else to do. Ain't nobody sitting around talking about the Eagles, so he got to come over here.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh man. All right, but yeah, I like Bland in the slot. I like Bland in the slot too. Izzy, I want to Izzy 6'4" can move, right? So you know, and Izzy played corner in college. And Izzy, he not lock it down in the slot, right? But he great in inside, right? So you got a 6'4" corner that can move. It's gonna be a problem. And we all know they want to run a lot of slants and drags. So
That's what they do.
I don't. Yeah, I think we gonna be a bad matchup because like we don't. What shutdown corner has Purdy? What guy the caliber of Michael Parsons, the combination of Michael Parsons and D. Law has Purdy, right? So I think he's young, naive. He's in the drain. He's gonna try Diggs and find out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try Bland and find out, right? And then another thing, like the safeties we got ball hogs on the back end, dude. Like he hadn't seen anything like this.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say this also. We saw a little small preview last week, since Jerome brought it up perfectly when he said that they run a lot of slants, drags, crossing routes. Purdy ain't really throwing the ball down the field. He throwing 5-yard passes, and Debo carried for 65 for a touchdown. The biggest passes that he's usually getting is with Kittle. And those are kind of like intermediate routes. So this is what I'm thinking. Last week, Brady does the same thing. Slants, primarily that. But what you saw last week was we batted a couple of them balls down. And the 49ers are designed not for no 5-7 step drops. They get the ball out quick. So on that note, if we don't get to them, stand up and raise your hands up. You probably gonna get your hand on a couple of them, just like we did last week with Brady. I just feel like that he can, you know what I'm saying? They run the short game more than they throw the ball deep. I know Purdy's made a couple plays like that, but their whole is really nothing really changed between him and Garoppolo. They throw the same passes. That's the way the offense is designed. They really ain't pushing the ball down the field. So I just feel like that if we can get our hands up a little bit, that might help us out. Now, earlier somebody said when we say go nickel, we'll just hand the ball out to Debo. Well,
that's my friend Terry Rudd, a Niners fan. Shout
oh, well, I understand. And he brings up a good point. Terry, I noticed that that comment there, and I think that's a good one. But here's the thing. Y'all don't want Debo running the ball that much now, because he going to get hit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So let's be realistic. You want McCaffrey running the ball like that, but you don't want Debo running the ball like that too much. He gonna get back there. We know that. He gonna get a few carries in, but his weaponry gonna be in the front of the wide receiver position. So the 49ers have some weapons. We respect that. I'm more worried about, if you want me to be honest with you, I'm more worried about Kittle than Ayuk. I'm more worried about Kittle more than I mean, Kittle scared. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kittle scares me a little bit more than Debo, because usually teams want to go one-on-one with him. You see what I'm saying? I'm doubling Debo. I ain't doubling Kittle, but you better have somebody that can guard him. And Curse does a pretty good job. So Curse didn't do nothing last week. He didn't do nothing last week. What did you say, Ron?
He got a pick. Curse got a pick last week. Curse made disappear last year in the playoff game.
Yeah.
Shout out to my guy Jeff in the comments. He just said the same thing.
Say it again.
I said, shouts out to my guy Jeff in the comments. He just said the same thing about.
Let me see what he said. He said, Curse match up well with Kittle. Exactly. So,
Curse is certified tight end stopper, man. He's certified.
Yeah. So I'd rather let Curse, go one-on-one. I'm taking out Debo. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking him out. Ayuk just got to beat me. I ain't sold on him. So whatever the case may be, look, I ain't sold on Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? So let's go get him.
Let me ask you this, big time. So do you double Debo and put Diggs on Ayuk?
I want to take out Debo, man. I'm sorry. Now, well, let me take that back because see, Debo gonna line up everywhere. Yeah, he gonna move everywhere. So to your point, Jerome, if I had to do that, I'm doing what you just said. I'm putting, and I really believe not you just said that because I ain't thinking about that. I believe that's really what down too much. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Bland is gonna have to come and play. Whoever's the other cornerback gonna be, and I just believe we're gonna have. And see, we gotta be aggressive because when they run the ball, well, let me just sum it up like this. I say this: forget matchup. We have to tackle. We got to tackle this game. We got to hit folks. I'm saying if you don't hit folks this game, we're gonna get ran out the place. We got to tackle. So whoever it is, and that reason why I say that because it just hit my mind. I'm looking for Donovan Wilson to lose his mind this game.
The hit man.
I'm looking for the hit chain to just come from here with just slaughtering folks. Yeah. I can see it coming. Yeah, man. He got to come and lay wood on folks, let these folks know, you know, we here. You know what I'm saying? We here to play. We here to knock your teeth out your mouth if we got to. So that's all I'm about. I'm loving the match. In other words, it's matchups. I trust Dan Quinn. I trust him. And then the last thing that I'm gonna say about this, Cinderella got to come home. Purdy is living a Cinderella life. He's been shielded by the run game. He's been shielded by their defense. I've always said, sooner or later, the game is gonna have to come to him, and then we're gonna find out what Purdy really is about. See, it's easy when your defense is holding you down to 14, 17 points a game, and all you got to do is throw a 5-yard pass, and he get a 60-yard touchdown. Everybody, oh my God, Purdy. He just threw a 5-yard pass. Mm-hmm. Debo just took it 60. You see what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing really crazy. Y'all saw that last week. Debo just took a 5-yard pass, ran 60 yards down the field, but Purdy gets it. What happens when the game is tight? What happens when he in a 2-minute drill or a 4-minute drill? He can't lean on the running game no more. He got to drop back pass, and that's when we gonna find out about Cinderella, Mr. Purdy. Cinderella ain't came home yet because ain't nobody got him there. We got the kind of defense, and y'all know whether you're a hater or you're a Cowboy fan, you know that we got guys that gonna flat out come at him, and we're gonna find out what he really made of. That's what I got to say. Rattle that dude often, like Jeffrey just said. Gotta rattle him, and I think that we're gonna do that. Let me ask you guys this: y'all ain't saying nothing other than I thought about this because of who we playing. I'm gonna say something real crazy.
Okay.
Michael Parsons don't need to be on the line a whole lot, unless it's just obvious. Third and 6 on up, because we need him to play linebacker this game. He got to be in there to hit somebody. I'm talking about, and if he's on the line, they're going to run at him. And they're going to try to wear him out. I ain't saying he don't need to line up down there. I'm just saying we need to put him there when it's obvious. But he needs to play linebacker this game so he can roam. Because we're going to need him, because we got to make sure we're doing some real tackling this week. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What do you think about that, Bluff?
2 things to add on to what you just said. Number one, I don't have a problem with him playing on the line. And I agree with you saying. That's my second point. The first point is I'm sick of him lining up on the left tackle. Now, I understand he got this big ego and he's the line and he wants to hunt against the best. But sometimes you got to take advantage of mismatches. And if you looking over there and you see Mike McGlinchey, who's been basically getting ate up all season, and you got the guy that they call the silverback gorilla in Trent Williams, that's arguably the best tackle we've seen in the past 7-8 years. You put him where he can get that money at. So if you put him on the line, you need to put him over there. And secondly, I agree about the linebacker thing because my biggest concern in this game is I know he's had a good season. Leighton Vander Esch. The Niners run a lot of off tackle plays, and he just ain't got the quickness to get there. I know people don't want to hear it, but it is what it is. He ain't got that quickness if he 10 yards back to come down and hit that hole and fight through that trash and make a tackle for 3 or 4 yards. He might make it for 8 or 10 yards, but he ain't making 2 or 3 yard tackles. That's where Micah comes in at that linebacker spot. So I definitely agree. In this game in particular, it's probably going to be more important to have Micah at linebacker stopping those off-tackle runs from 4-3 Elijah Mitchell and 4-3 Christian McCaffrey than it is trying to rush against a future Hall of Famer on the left side.
What you think about it, Ron? About Parsons? I mean, it's up there. I mean, it's your call. It ain't wrong or right. I just feel like that if he's on the line, the way that people have been attacking that is to go at him. Yeah. And he's and, he's incredibly strong and big, and fast. But one thing that he's not compared to offensive linemen, he really not big. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And if they drive him back, that's the reason why I'm saying other than obvious rushing down. What do you think about it?
What I think is I think we kind of need to move him around. Just try to find a huckleberry. Like I'm kind of a bluff. Don't see if he can see what he can do with Trent. He may give Trent problems with his speed. He may not. Trent may be able to handle it. Right. So just see what we got with Trent. If he having trouble with Trent, just move it. Just like they used to do with Reggie White. Just see if we got a huckleberry on the line. If we got a huckleberry, then we'll go there when we need to apply pressure. But another thing that I feel like is gonna be key is Hankins and Bohannon. Like them eating up blocks, getting penetrated. If they can get penetration on these runs, that'll be awesome. Right. But at least eat up blocks and let these linebackers, come down here and plug these holes. To me, on defense, that's gonna be the key. What we can do, like to us making them one-dimensional and getting the ball in their hands is that D tackle position and not getting blown off the ball or getting washed down the line on these off tackle runs.
Let me add to that because that's why I like comments in here because they open up things. Jeffrey makes a good point, but I want to change the name. Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey got a good one, but I want to change the name. See, both what Bluff and Mr. Cowboy Nation said earlier about off-tackle runs, all right? If you're going to run off-tackle run, which is what the 49ers do, you got to have guys that can set an edge, all right? The name that even though Jeffrey put it up there, he said Fowler or Sam Williams. Well, let's go ahead and put D-Law top on that list because one thing D-Law does incredibly well is he is a great run defender, and he sets an edge, and he ain't been stopped at doing that in, 8-9 years, however long he's been here. He specializes in that. So that might take, or at least it's going to turn him back inside because D-Law can do that. Sam Williams is one guy that, Jeffrey, I agree with you 100%. As quiet as it kept, Sam Williams is turning into an all-around defensive end in his rookie year. He sets an edge, just as strong as D-Law does. It's fast, it's quick, and he can hold it. And then I ain't got to say nothing about his pass rushing. If you've been watching games, you know he can get there. So I think that, Jeff, you made a great comment there. Fowler's the same way, but Fowler's more of a rusher than a run, an edge guy. He can do it. But you rather want some strong guys in there that can really set it. That's D-Law, man. D-Law and Williams, I really feel can do that. Dorrance Armstrong is good too. Dorrance Armstrong is good at running. So I really believe we can make sure that McCaffrey don't get outside or Debo or even Mitchell the same way. I just really feel like that we can do that and turn the guys, and our guys will be there to play on that. I believe that we're gonna have some big games out of our linebackers because I believe Parsons is gonna be back there. LVE has been on fire for the last 6, 7, other than he was hurt.
Yeah.
But the other linebacker that needs attention as well is y'all hear me? Oh God, I forgot. Clark.
Yeah.
If Clark is doing what he's doing, we got speed out there and power. He's fast. And he's a headhunter too. So we got guys that can do it. I just really feel like we match up well, against these guys. I really do. And I feel like the defense gonna step up big on that. Somebody asked something about earlier, and even though we said we were gonna do, we talked about. I saw somebody ask something about our kicker. I'm just gonna go on and say this now. I don't think it's a factor at all. I think he, they say he didn't miss hardly at all this week in practice, so I ain't worried about it. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I ain't Bluff. Let me just kill this. Are you worried about him at all?
No, this ain't gonna be a field goal game anyway.
Gotcha. Jerome, do you feel like this gonna be you worried about him?
Nah, I mean he threw a bad game. Like how many times have he been money out here? So
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So but it's another special teams that I want to talk about that I ain't even think about. Man, everybody, wouldn't it be nice if Turpin do something this game? I mean, he does something when he gets the ball, but I'm talking about really going to put it in the end zone this week. Wouldn't that be incredible? He's due. He is due, y'all. And he's getting so close. And I just feel like he can be the X factor if we get to give him the ball. Talk to me, Ron, about that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like we don't know what they special teams.
Ain't that great?
Right? So yeah, we don't know. Like so they may have trouble covering the punch.
Yeah.
Right. So if that's the case, they in trouble because he'll hurt you. Can't go into the house.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bluff, what you feel about Turp this week?
Man, I'm just like you. I've been waiting 7 weeks to see him break one. He's had about 2 or 3 almost, and I'm like, next week it's got to be coming.
It's got to come, man. I feel like it's coming.
Pretty much. I've been doing a lot of sports gambling this year more than usual. Every week I put $3 on Turpin for a touchdown. Faithfully.
Yeah.
Hopefully I get paid off this week.
He gonna break one eventually. It's got to happen, man. If you keep giving him opportunities, he gonna bust you. I just feel like this might be the week. It'll be big too if we did that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we think was gonna happen. I've looked at some of the comments in here. Somebody, William Keefe, just said, okay, let me put this in. That's a good question. William Keefe says, do we start Watkins and Hankins or Osei and Hankins? Go ahead, Bluff, since you got the big box there. You can start that one off.
Well, I know this is contrary to what most people believe, but if you want your 2 best run blockers out there, it's Watkins and Hankins. Watkins has been quietly our first and second best run defender for the past 2 years. That's why he keeps coming back. That's why Neville Gallimore's been inactive for half the season. And why name just went blank. Bohanna's been active for several games because they the big boys. But Watkins just has that tenacity and that technique to just be a great run defender going back to his 3-4 days at Houston. Osa's coming along as well. And Osa's going to be important for those third downs when we start to go a little bit smaller on the line. Or if they start to try to do more of a hurry-up offense, Osa's going to be important because he's going to be the guy on the field because Hankins and Watkins won't be able to do it. But to start the game off, it's going to probably be Watkins and whoever else is the second best. If that's Hankins, that's who it is.
Wrong?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with Bluff, man. Osa, to me, Osa's more of a pass rusher, right? So,
yeah.
But we need to clog the middle up.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Bluff on that as well. I think that for the game that that the 49ers play, you need power, and that's Watkins and Hankins up there. OC is as everybody has said, is just the truth. OC is for those third down packages. I don't. Tavis asked about Gallimore. Is never. I don't. Is he ready to go? I don't know. He wasn't ready to go last week. Was Gallimore ready to go last week?
I think he could have played. But he was inactive.
See, he was made in that. He didn't make the roster. He was a healthy scratch. So
I'm almost sure he was. Him and both.
Yeah. That healthy scratches. So, you don't want to take Watkins off the field. That's for sure. And you don't want to take, Osa ain't coming off anyway. Hankins has to play. So, I mean, I don't know. He said Bohanna was a scratch. Exactly. So, if you're a scratch, that means you ain't, some ain't right. Because if you was that dude, you'd be on the roster. So, I just don't feel like it. But OC is for, these packages that we have, the big nickel or a speed pass rush where they'll line up Fowler and OC and D-Law and Parsons on the side. They put that, depending on how you want to call it, some of us call it NASCAR package, where you get all your fast defensive linemen in. That's where OC going to come into play. But we got to get there. We got to earn the right to put them on the field. See, we giving up first down and 10 and McCaffrey run for 6-7 yards and they got third and short, we may not see OC that much because you don't know what they're going to do. They're going to run or whatever else the case may be. So that's what I feel like was going on that. Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, but I think they've learned that they have to earn the right to pass rush. Like, if you watch a lot of the sideline videos, you will see, I think it was either Bohanna or someone of the big D tackles saying, we got to take our business, then we can pass like that. So I think they've learned that from the Green Bay games and the Jacksonville games, where we basically we so focused on rushing the passer. Not so much stopping the run, right? So I think Dan Quinn did a great job of relaying that message. Hey, we have to stop the run. We stop the run, then we can go hunt.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lesson that they learned throughout the season. My boy Tavis said Bohanna had a knee, but he's full of practice. So you may see Bohanna.
Yeah, I hope he make the roster. We need that beef up there.
Big old plug in the middle.
Yeah, we need that bad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our last topic, I'm going to ask Bluff and Cowboy Nation, give me y'all prediction. I already know what we're going to think we're going to win, but what's the score prediction?
Ooh, man, you going to put me in the back?
Yeah, I got to get in it with you. I got to do the same thing.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest, y'all. And I know it sound like a home, right? But I feel like and another thing a lot of people not bringing up is that Shanahan was Dan Quinn's offensive coordinator in Atlanta. Dan Quinn is very familiar with his offense.
Big, that's big.
Right. So I don't know, man. I can really see this going left. I can see this going left. If we come to play, this game can go left. Right. So and look, Geno Smith scored 23. I know that good for at least 30. And Geno Smith gave me 23. Right. So I'm gonna go. Give me 34-20.
Woo.
I think, give me 34-20 Cowboys.
Woo. Everybody that's in the chat box, you can go ahead and help us out here. Go ahead and put in your score. Some people are already doing it. Put in your score real quick.
Yeah, Joe said 35.
Yeah.
You think Maher gonna make his extra points?
Yeah, that's what he think. Bluff, come on, give me your score, man.
We've been starting off notoriously slow. I think that's going to keep the game a little closer than we want it to be. I could see us playing catch up for about half the game. But I think when it comes down to the fourth quarter and everybody starts to fill each other out, we go ahead and pull this thing off. I'm looking at 31-27.
31-27. Tavis brings up a real good point. I told y'all guys, y'all need to go look at Frisco and see what team they're in. But Jarrett Stidham,
Oakland, yeah.
Stidham put
who, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was his first game when they benched Carr. And Stidham came in and threw for 340 or 50 yards or something like that and just lit them up. So that's why I was saying earlier, y'all, the back end could be had. It's just no question about it. We know we don't want to get into no type of shootout, but I believe Dak can light them up. And because of that, I'm going to go Cowboys 27-17. I just really believe that we can, if we play like we supposed to, I believe it ain't nothing that we can't do on that. William keeps saying this, and it is the truth. He said nobody on San Francisco can cover Lamb. I believe that 100%. Yeah. 100%.
It's too many mismatches on the back end. It's too many mismatches on the back end.
Yeah.
It's too many.
I don't want to disrespect Javarius Ward for the Niners. He's having a great season. But he ain't coming inside.
He ain't that dude.
Exactly. So Lamb inside, like you said, nobody can cover him. Even Ward. But outside, Ward's had a good season. Give him credit what credit's due.
Wow, Gregory. I mean, y'all saying we're going to rip these guys apart. Greg just said 35-17. Good God. Wait a minute now. Joe, great point. We ain't talked about it, but you're absolutely right. T.Y. Hilton. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Yeah, I agree. Tavis said they're going to double Lamb.
You lose T.Y. on the back end. Actually, got T.Y. on the back end.
Yeah. And let me say this. If what Tavis saying is true, if they double Lamb, then you take away the aggressiveness of the San Francisco 49ers because you're putting two men on one. They really like to play man defense and just, blitz up the middle. And I mean, really ain't got to blitz. They use their front four. Their front four is good enough to get there by themselves. They want to drop the other seven. That's what they want to do. So, good Lord. What is going on here, Bluff? Look at this score. Look at these predictions. What?
If they double Lamb and they double guys from Funga, Lamb gonna go off because that is an undisciplined ass safety.
Yeah,
he's gonna take a lot of chances on the double team. He does not play a disciplined in scheme type role. He tries to be Polamalu, and he makes big plays. I give him that, but he makes a lot of gives up a lot of big plays too. So if the double is him and Jimmy Ward, you can just go ahead and just put triple digits up to Lamb and yardage because he's gonna break one because they're gonna make a mistake.
Wow. Does everybody have scores here? Go ahead, say it again.
If you double Lamb, then what you doing with Schultz?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's too many mismatches.
Yeah. Especially when they spread it out. Mm-hmm. You can't double nobody. If you got Lamb, Gallup, T.Y. out there, if you make a decision to do it and you got Schultz out there, what you're really saying is we'll take our chance and let Schultz beat you, and he can. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And he can. Mm-hmm. Or you gonna take the chance with T.Y. Blistering somebody in the seams or somewhere. And he can tear you apart. We know what Gallup can do. He's solid. You're gonna pay a price really going 1-on-1 with him. To be honest with you, because he's so strong.
Now, I do think the corners match up a little more well with Gallup because they got long physical corners. So I think they'll probably match up. I'm not looking for Gallup. Now, we may get Gallup something going in the red zone. But I'm not looking for Gallup to have a huge game. I think T.Y. and C.D. will probably going to be the guys that give them problem. And if they have to turn their attention there, Schultz is probably going to eat. Schultz and these tight ends are probably going to eat.
Yeah, that's right. Lord Wheelhouse right there, Michael Gallup.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, is this: if we spread it out, if we are spreading it out, okay, then what it does is open up running lanes. And what Jeff just said again is perfect. It's gonna be over for Dak too. for him to pull it down, run, whatever you zone read, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to do. This is where he comes into play. And I just feel like when you add it up, it's just too much to guard. And I don't think you can guard all that. That's just my feeling. I got the Cowboys, as I said before, I think I had them by 10, 27 to 17 or something like that. So everybody think we're going to rip these guys apart. So, yeah, Bluff, you giving them a little bit too much credit. I ain't giving Purdy that credit. I don't believe in him. I don't. He's just a rookie.
I hopped on a Niners podcast Tuesday night, and it was the complete opposite. These
Wow.
scores you seeing for Cowboys, it was all of them like that for the Niners.
Wow, yeah. So somebody ain't gonna make it. That's just the bottom line. Somebody ain't gonna make it. You know, somebody ain't gonna make it. We're gonna close this, and I appreciate Mr. Cowboy Nation and Bluff taking time out to come hang with the boy. This is, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you don't know, we are all from Memphis, Tennessee. We are right here in Memphis together. It's a shame that we haven't done this before, to be honest with you. Where we do all this, if I have my way, we're going to all talk, and we're going to see if we can do this again, and we even got to come on each other's shows. And do me a favor. Whoever you're watching and you're not familiar with, trust me, I watched both of them. They know what they're talking about. Go ahead and subscribe now. We'll give you all that information now, but if you know it, you can go ahead and do it now. Bluff City is right there. You can tell by his handle there. You can do that. I'm assuming, Bluff, that's on Twitter, right?
No, Twitter's Bluff Cowboys. Everything
Bluff Cowboys. We'll get all that in a minute and figure that out. And make sure that everybody gets a chance to follow these guys. These guys need help. I need you guys to subscribe. Folks that follow me, I need you to subscribe to these brothers of mine that know what to talk about. I promise you, you'll be entertained and informed by what they have to say. Now, some of y'all finna get mad what we getting ready to talk about now. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, I don't care. Okay? Some of y'all getting ready to leave. I get it. I understand. But it comes a time where the truth has to be told. And fortunately for me and Miss Cowboy Nation and Bluff City, we had the platforms that we can go ahead and give out our opinions of what we think is wrong, and then what we think is right. Hey, Buddha, I see you. We already talked about the game. We get into some deep water now. Yeah.
This is what Buddha came for. I already know.
Oh, hey, Buddha was saying, yeah, Buddha, my guy. Yeah. So, Buddha, you just came in just in time, because you don't know what we're talking about, but we're going to close with this. And I'm telling y'all now, you don't have to agree. Keep it respectful, whatever the case may be. I ain't talking to my panelists. But we got to talk about this because we see a problem that really has been in existence for a while, but it's really getting a little bit out of hand. And that is the black coaches in the NFL and the firing of black coaches and being replaced by people like Jeff Saturday, who came out of a booth. But you had Reggie Wayne that was on the staff and knows the team. But instead of giving Reggie Wayne the chance, you pull out Jeff Saturday out of ESPN, who has no coaching experience at all. That's a problem, y'all. You've seen who has been fired by Leftwich. Eric Bieniemy still ain't got a job yet. The list goes on. Jim Caldwell, who's a great head coach, still ain't got back in the league yet. And you know what I'm saying? But you get all these other people who get it, and we got a problem. And I'm going to get out the way because I really didn't want to talk about this because, but I ain't going to leave him by himself. Y'all want to know who wanted to talk about this? Let me do this right here. That guy right there. That guy right there.
Yeah, that be it. Look, so if for those of you who watch my show, right, I so hate to play the race card, right? If I play the race card, it's bad. Thank you, Jill. Jay, you took the words right out of my mouth. But if I play the race card, it's bad. It's bad. Like I just it's not something that I like to dwell on. It's not something that I feel like it's a touchy subject. Sports, especially football in general, is something that brings everybody together. That's what I love about it. But wrong is wrong, right? So the Lovie Smith situation, Chris Hennigan, what it do, man? Not out in the building, right? So the Lovie Smith situation really rubbed me the wrong way. It really rubbed me the wrong way, right? So Houston was a whole hot dumpster fire before he got there, right? You hired this man. And to me, you hired him because everybody was smelling something was stinking in Houston. Everybody was smelling it. So you hired Lovie to look to kind of it was well, look, we hired a black coach. It ain't as bad as everybody think, right? And you fired a man after one season when you basically gave Lovie Smith a practice squad, dude. He had no talent. The only thing he had was Pierce, the Pierce kid. He had no talent, and you fired him. So what did you expect him to do with the practice squad? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what did you expect him to do? What was the expectations? What did you guys really expect with no franchise quarterback, no number one receiver? Right, Brandon Cooks is not a number one receiver. If we would have traded for Cooks, he'd have been number 3 option at best.
Don't
right,
no
number one receiver.
They got their picks. They got all those picks from the quarterback Deshaun Watson trade. And didn't really do nothing with them.
Didn't do nothing with them. So, and that's Lovie fault. Like, you find Lovie, right? I just, and then especially after the Brian Flores situation. We all know how ugly that got, right? And to turn right around and do this to Lovie, right? And then and on top of that, we like Byron Leftwich. So now all of a sudden Byron Leftwich is a trash OC when we were just praising him a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl, right? He was one of the hottest head coaching candidates just a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that was all Brady, right? Nobody said. Man, Byron Leftwich is dialing it. It was all Brady got all the credit, and when they sucked this year, well, Byron, this your fault, you out of it, right? So which
means that Brady then got him fired. Well, let me get out of here. Go ahead.
Preach. So and to speak to that, so if Brady go in there and say, nah, Leftwich is a good guy, I need him around. You think they fired Byron?
Not at all.
No, right? So, and then the Rooney Rule, which is a sham, right? So, and we put the Rooney Rule in place, and excuse me. So this is an organization that has end racism written on the field of every game, right? But we doing this to black coaches. You understand? So, and so the Rooney Rule states that you have to interview a minority candidate, right? And when you look at it, they are recycling the same 4 candidates. Everybody are interviewing the same 4 black guys to satisfy this rule, right? Knowing damn well you're not gonna have them. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And we thinking nobody sees this, right? Nobody sees this. This is cool. Like, we just man. Somebody gotta say something. Like, and I just want to say, next time I go on air, I'm gonna talk about it again on my show. Like, this is not right. This is not right. And it's been like, and the Jeff Saturday thing was absolutely terrible. You got Richard Wayne, who had been in camp with these guys, been in the trenches with these guys, and your excuse was, well, Jeff Saturday was a former player. He know the team. Well, what the hell was Richard Wayne? What the hell is Richard Wayne in?
Just a Hall of Fame wide receiver who gonna be in the Hall of Fame eventually. He gonna come on now. Go ahead.
Like, what we doing? What we doing? Damn, my boy just said the Rooney Rule BS. Total BS. Like, and like this. Look, somebody got to say something. Like, and I'm sorry. Like, if I'm rubbing people the wrong way, I'm not really sorry because it's wrong. So, like, if you disagree, then we can agree to disagree. But from my vantage point, if it looked like a duck, walk like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck.
It's a duck. Wow. Well, that's I knew he wanted to talk about it. I didn't know he was gonna come out strong, but Bluff, go ahead and follow that up. My goodness.
I throw a couple points out there. I mean, it's a shame what they did to Byron Leftwich because the only way most coaches can become a head coach is to be a successful offensive coordinator. And by them firing him, they basically just sent his career back 5 years. Because now he has to go somewhere and be a quarterbacks coach for 2 or 3 years before he can get another OC job for another 2 years before somebody else will consider him for a head coaching position. And another thing I want to point out, you talked about Houston. That's one of those coaching positions that's going to be open. You know that's where they're going to run all the black coordinators through. You talk about Keenan McCardell with Minnesota, doing a great job with A.J. Jefferson, turned him into the best receiver in the NFL. They're going to run him through there. D'Amico Ryans, who's doing a great job with the Niners that we're about to face. His time has come due to get a head coaching position. You know they're going to probably try to run him through there. So it's going to be an issue trying to get these black coaches into prime head coaching positions. It's almost like Houston is becoming an area, like you said, Cowboy Nation, where this is our flag to be holding up. Oh, the Rooney Rule is working. We got a bunch of black head coaches come through the NFL, but if you look at it, Romeo Cornell, Lovie Smith, it's another one too. I can't think of the name on top of my head. They all flow through Houston. Those are the head coaching positions. So we got to do a better job of giving these guys opportunities, offensive and defensive, because we got a lot of people that they throw in and put them on the defensive side and kind of hinder them from becoming head coaches. Case in point, what's the coach that was with Cincinnati for all those years? Hugh Jackson.
Hugh
Jackson too. Yeah.
He was a defense. They put him on as a defensive guy when he was pretty much an offensive guy until he got a chance to come to Cincinnati and somebody vouched for him. And one more I got to bring up, because this is the one that bothers me more than anything. How is Jim Caldwell not a head coach in the NFL?
Exactly.
Jim Caldwell has 2 losing seasons. One of them, Peyton Manning got hurt. The other one was in Detroit. Okay, it's Detroit. He was in Detroit for 4 years. He had 1 losing season in Detroit.
Yeah.
That alone should get him a head coaching job somewhere. But he can't find one. He should be the first candidate everybody calls over a guy like Sean Payton and some of these other hot shot guys they bring in from college, which everybody knows they're gonna fail, except obviously the people who call the shots for NFL teams. Jim Caldwell should be at the top of everybody's list, and for some reason he's not. What has it been?
Wow.
3-4 years since he's been a head coach?
I thought it was longer.
But we praise the head coach that's in Detroit now because he got them to one game below 500 season.
A candidate for coach of the year.
Yeah.
Jim Caldwell,
and they fired Caldwell after
that would have been his worst season in Detroit in 4 years.
Yeah. Wow.
That's a shame.
You done, Bluff, but you still got some more on that meat on that bone.
Nah, Jim Caldwell's the one that really gets me going. It's a shame that he ain't got a coaching job.
I'm gonna go ahead and just call it like it is. You know, you just heard all the examples, and I'm quite sure some of you people in the chat box have even some more names. I'm just gonna call it like it is. It's systemic racism. It's just the bottom line. Most people put that with corporations and all that. It's in the NFL as well. So you got a bunch of 70, 80-year-old men, older Caucasian men, who will not let a black man run the organization. They just don't want that. And if they do, they're not giving him the power or the patience that they would give to somebody else. It's just that simple. I'm worried about Steve Wilkes, the interim coach for the Carolina Panthers. What else do you need to see? He brought the team up from the dead. I mean, come on, man. Why that interim tag has not been taken off yet? I don't want. He had Sam Darnold looking like a Pro Bowler. I don't get it. They got loose then. Go ahead, bro.
We were almost facing them last week. It was
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were dead. I'm saying, like, I understand you got to do the coaching job, but this dude, he proved it. So I don't understand that part. But listen, you had the mindset of some of these owners. They ain't gonna never admit it, but they have a problem with having a black man as the face organization. I understand there's one exception, that's Pittsburgh with Tomlin. That's different. That was given off merit, true coaching merit. Why does Eric Bieniemy, as much as they used to like to say he was a great offensive coordinator, every year he's supposed to get a head job, Eric Bieniemy, why ain't Eric Bieniemy got a job yet? Well, I don't understand that at all. I don't understand why he's still there.
One of the top offense for the past 5 years.
But they'll get a credit to Andy Reid, and if you know anything about it, it's Bieniemy who is kind of designed the offense. They both kind of work it, but I'm saying, he's been offensive. All I hear every year, he's supposed to be a head coach. He's not getting the job. I don't understand that. Also, when you look at Byron Leftwich's situation, I really feel to stir the pot a little bit here. They're saying there was the head coach who fired him. Another black man. They're saying that it was him that let him go. Here's my question. Bruce Arians, who brought in Leftwich, pretty much has a can do whatever you want to do in the organization. He does. I'm almost starting to wonder, really, was it the head coach that put him out? I mean, I ain't got no way of saying that, but if it is, I'm saying, like, this dude just won you a Super Bowl 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, because Brady had a bad year, or if you want to just start off fresh and clean, you understand? Because nobody thinks Brady is going to stay there. Okay, we get that part. Maybe you want to start off fresh and clean with a new OC. I just don't understand how Byron lost the job so fast. Jim Caldwell, good Lord, why hasn't he got the job? I either had a job. I mean, once black men get fired, they got to go to college. Hugh Jackson, over there at Grambling now, he can't get a job. Herm Edwards, good God, I mean, hello. I don't understand it. Say it again, Bluff.
Y'all hear the story about Herm Edwards?
Yeah.
The college story.
Go ahead.
The coaches wanted to get him out of there so bad that they told the team that they were playing their plays so they could lose.
Wow.
Go look it up. The assistant coaches were giving out plays to the opposing teams because they wanted to get Herm Edwards fired out of Arizona State.
Wow. It's a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see it getting better because these guys already kind of know what they do. So the running rule is just a bridge to get to the other guy so they can check that box and say, hey, we did it. We interviewed a black man. We did it. You can't say we didn't. We're not being racial, but you already know who you want.
Going back to Tampa real quick, I got to bring this point up because I just remember this. We talking about Byron Leftwich, right? Y'all know that whole coaching staff was black, offense and defense. Did y'all know they fired the whole offensive coaching staff? It's not just Byron Leftwich.
What?
The whole offensive coaching staff was fired. I think it was 5 guys. I just remember seeing that today on Colin Cowherd.
Wow.
So that's 5, and you know the only way to get to a head coaching job is through the offense. They just eliminated 5 potential coaching positions for the next 5 years because all those guys have to start over from scratch. It's terrible.
Wow, that just makes it even more intriguing to try to dig some more on all this. Hey, what up, landlord? And that's the South there. That's my guy there. That's Landlord from Alabama. Y'all need to follow these guys that we talking about. Landlord, man, he's a bad boy too. But I appreciate all of you that have come to hang with us. We the Memphis boys. All us from Memphis live right here. These are great podcasters that know what they're talking about. I'm asking everybody, if you're following me or if you follow one of these guys, I hope that you support all of us real quick. So Landlord, excuse me, I said Landlord. Since Bluff has the big box over there, Bluff, tell us where everybody can find you.
All right, guys, you can find me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Bluff City Cowboys. I'm not active on Instagram, honestly. So if you want to find me Facebook, YouTube. You can also find me on Twitter at Bluff Cowboys. I've been kind of taking a hiatus during the winter months, just taking care of personal stuff. But I will be coming back February, March to talk draft talk and also hit this free agency. So find me on the Cowboy Zone every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time.
Wow. You need to come on back, dog. We need you.
I'm here, man. I just got to take care of some personal stuff. I can't do what I want to do by myself. But
I understand.
If anybody wants me to hop on the show, I'm more than willing to take some time to do it.
Well, you might as well get ready because I'm calling you, dog. Yeah. Tavis, I couldn't have said it better. We are the Memphis Cowboys. That's us. We all right. Jerome, let everybody know where they can find you, man.
Nice. So y'all can find me on Facebook, Jerome, Mr. Cowboy Nation McNary. My show is shot live, comment section. We out here, So the show was shot live on my page, Jerome, Mr. Cowboy Nation McNary. It's then transferred to my YouTube channel, which is my name, Jerome McNary. So you search that on YouTube. It's also like then the audio was uploaded to Spotify. Search Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation. There's a lot of Let's Talk Footballs, but there's only one Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation. Can you dig it, right? So that's where I'm at. But like Tuesdays, 6:30. We kind of have trouble starting on time. So
yeah.
I try to aim for 6, but it's normally about 6:30, right? So about 6:30 Tuesday nights, my page. But if you also have a page dedicated solely to the show, Let's Talk Football with Mr. Cowboy Nation Facebook page. On that page is basically everything football, like all your injury updates, sideline videos, locker room videos, the episodes of the shows, right? So just all things football. So,
awesome.
And so when I'm not on Tuesdays, I move the show to Thursday, but you'll be in the loop. If you follow one of those pages, you'll be in the loop on when the next episode, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday.
Bad boy. Before I tell you where I am, Bluff, you got to meet this guy. I don't know if you know Tavis. He's known as Keystone Cowboy.
Me and Tavis being the
Oh, well, then you already know because y'all be the great draft experts. Y'all know how y'all roll.
I learned from Tavis, honestly.
There you go. I got to get all one of these days. I'm gonna get everybody on. I can have about 10 people on here at one time. So once we get to that point, I'm gonna bring them all up there.
Hey man, since we all in Memphis, when I shoot my show, I had guys on the couch, man. So y'all can come chill on the couch with you, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we roll like that.
You stay downtown. You still downtown?
Well, no, we shoot downtown. We shoot at Crosstown Concourse.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah, we roll like that.
Yeah, we can do that. Y'all, now everybody else, y'all can't do that because y'all don't live here in Memphis. So just tune in. You understand? But Tavis, I appreciate you. I can get you on here too, man. Tavis, Keystone Cowboy was a bad boy too, no doubt about that. Y'all know me by now. Y'all should. My God, I mean, I'm everywhere. But primarily, if you want to follow me, I make it very, very easy. That is, just follow the Big Time Show on Facebook or the Big Time Show on YouTube. Oh, well, Jeff Steve in South Haven. Oh, man, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Jeff, one of my longtime friends. We go back.
Yeah, Jeff, man, we got look. All this talent here is ridiculous. So again, Big Time Show on Facebook or the Big Time Show on YouTube. I just leave it there, but I'm everywhere. My Twitter is at Big Time Lou. I'm on Spotify. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Pandora. They're not never live, as you know. You can download everything. So I'm just about everywhere where you can get your podcast from. Follow all of these guys, man. I'm telling you, these guys know what they're talking about, and they're look. Y'all know I don't bring nobody on my show that's trash. So, you know, these guys, I mean, I just don't do that. These guys know what they're talking about. I even did, if you missed the show, I need everybody that's here now, don't leave yet. I even did a whole new intro for my guys here. So when I have them back, I'm going to have this same stuff again. Y'all stay and check out the video that I made up for these three guys here. I thought it was a special night for my brothers right here at the house who I support. And I'm just happy that we found the time just to come together real quick for this huge game coming up on Sunday evening. The whole world going to be watching. All you haters that's watching this replay, we know you going to be watching. The Cowboys set a record last week for the most viewed game in ESPN history. It ain't one because, and Brady had a little bit to do with that, but make no mistake about it. It's because of the Cowboys. This week, I would not be surprised if we don't break the record that was done just on Monday night. I can see that happening. I believe it's going to be right up there with the Super Bowl, actually, because it's 49er fans. They're a big franchise. Cowboys are our big franchise. Everybody is going to be watching that last game. That's why they put us up last. That's why they put us on for Sunday evening. It's the last game. So it's a huge game. We got the Cowboys. Everybody on the panel got the Cowboys, as expected. But we really feel like our team can get the job done, and that's what we're going to do. That's the bottom line. Thank y'all for hanging with me. Thank you, everybody that showed up. Follow these guys. I'm done. Cowboy, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Bluff?
I appreciate you for having me on.
Oh, no doubt about it. Bluff?
Nah, man, great show. Been following you guys for a while. You guys give me the confidence to get in front of this camera whenever I do. So I appreciate y'all laying the path for me to continue what I'm doing.
Hey, man, we here together, man. Now, we out of here, but as I said, stay here. We gone. When the music stops, we gone, okay? But I want y'all to see this fire video. Matter of fact, if it's fire, put that emoji in there real quick. I'm out of here on behalf of Let's Talk Football, Mr. Cowboy Nation. On behalf of Bluff City Cowboy Podcast, y'all know what I am. This is the Big Time Show, and we all family here. I'm changing the name right now. The Memphis Cowboys say good night.
Good night.
We out of here. Y'all put y'all hands together. Bob your head. Watch this, y'all. We out.
These my dollars make it hurt.